Tonight, Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center has released an internal report that looked at discrimination and issues with diversity, finding problems at the Research and Treatment Hospital. The report has been much talked about, though until yesterday, kept away from the public. A law firm that investigated the cancer center for more than a year concluded in the report, quote, substantial changes need to be made to Roswell Park's existing policies and procedures regarding the reporting process for discrimination and related complaints. It further said, quote, a top-down significant structural change in the handling of these issues is necessary in order to restore community confidence in racial and gender relations within the organization and in the handling of allegations of discrimination in the workplace. Joining us live here tonight is Crystal Rodriguez-Dabney. She is a familiar face to many of you as former deputy mayor for the city of Buffalo, now chief diversity officer at Roswell Park. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
I'm so excited to be here, Mike.
So last half hour, we dug into the findings of this report that, again, up until yesterday, were kept out of the public eye. I want to focus much of this on going forward, but first, for people watching right now for whom this is disturbing, concerning, what would you say when they ask, how was this allowed to happen?
Well, I would say it was asked for. The leadership, along with Dr. Candace Johnson and the board of directors, really looked for a way to look at their internal policies and procedures, proactively take an introspective look at how they could be better. So this was something that was sought out by leadership. The law firm was hired, and this was a report. Some of the things in here were not at all surprising, but more important than what in the report is wrong, it was a look to see how we could move forward and do better.
We all know that lives are saved at Roswell Park every day. I've covered countless stories. We celebrate the Ride for Roswell, the Tree of Hope around Christmas, medical miracles that happen all the time there. A lot of people want and will continue to support Roswell. Can you assure them that, presumably now under your leadership, I know you're new to this, that these systemic problems that were identified will be fixed, and how do you plan to do that?
Yes. Definitely. So first of all, let me start by saying that cancer is an inclusive disease. Cancer does not discriminate at all. And so as an institution whose mission is to fight cancer, to cure cancer, we want to be just as inclusive. So again, leadership making the proactive movement to get this assessment done, to look at its policies and procedures, is because from the top, we wanted to make changes. And you're right, I've been there for 6 weeks, but we're going to make the change. I liken it to an aircraft carrier. It's not going to be making a right turn and going in the right direction, but together, the entire team is committed to turning the ship and getting it in the right direction.
When institutions have problems that are identified publicly, especially when dealing with something like discrimination or diversity, you expect there to be some accountability. What will accountability look like at Roswell Park as you work through all this?
Well, as suggested in the report, we want to look at our policies and procedures. We want to make it more streamlined and easy for people who do have issues. We want to make it easier accessible for everybody. And we do want to enumerate and say from the top down, as Dr. Johnson has done, that this type of behavior is not going to be tolerated. And that's where accountability begins, is setting the tone and saying that this is what we expect and this is what you have to show in order to be a part of the Roswell team. Again, cancer doesn't discriminate, and so neither should we. And we want everybody that comes to work to feel that Roswell is a place that they belong, that they're welcomed, and they can show up as their best selves. We also want our patients to know that Roswell is a place that is for them because of the disease that they have, and we want to help them be comfortable. We want to help them in their healthcare needs holistically.
Finally, considering the challenges, that we just talked about, you're new to this job, 6 weeks. Why did you take the job?
Well, I have to tell you that, I had a fulfilling position before this, as you mentioned at the top of the story. But in talking with Dr. Johnson and with talking with other leaders at Roswell, I saw how committed they all were to change. And I saw that there was a place to help make this happen. This is a team that I'm proud to be a part of now. There's work to do, but I feel supported. I'm looking forward to building the team. I'm looking forward to working with senior leadership to make the change. And it was expressed that that was sincere. And so that's a place where I felt that I could grow.
Crystal Rodriguez-Dabney is the Chief Diversity Officer at Roswell Park. Thank you for coming in and talking to us about this. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You bet.